I'm a human rights lawyer who studies the intertwining future of humanity and technology. And I'm here today to talk about how developments in artificial intelligence are going to impact our working lives and our sense of meaning and purpose. Okay, this is just one opinion. And the truth is, we don't fully know yet just how much and to what extent artificial intelligence is going to impact our lives. And anyone who tells you they can definitively predict the future is selling you some robotic snake oil. We do know, however, like Jeff said yesterday, that things are going to change a lot, and faster than they ever have before. We've been incorporating technology into our lives since the beginning of human history. And throughout the years, the time we've had to assimilate has steadily shortened. Most recently, we've had more than 40 years to absorb and adjust to the changes brought on during the information age. We're not, however, going to have this luxury of time to assimilate into the intelligent machine era. I study this stuff. A year ago, there were major developments announced every week. Now there are several a day. AI is no longer science fiction, folks. We're at a tipping point. The information age is ending. And whether this next era is going to be called the conceptual age, the experience age, the superhuman age, or something else, like the intelligent machine age, this will be the last era of invention and discovery that will be controlled entirely by humans. And merging with this technology is going to be like learning to live with a more intelligent new species. Generally speaking, artificial intelligence, a term coined in 1955, includes robotics, software, and computers that have the capacity for intelligent behavior. AI computer algorithms are sets of instructions designed to mimic human behaviors like learning or pattern recognition. And neural networks are computer systems modeled on the human brain and nervous system. We're already reliant on computers and machines, and simple forms of AI are already very influential in our daily lives, from talking to Alexa or Siri, or browsing Netflix and Google. It is estimated that 60 million Americans alone will use some kind of virtual voice-enabled assistant at least once a month this year. And Apple's already working on its own dedicated AI chip to start rolling out across all of its devices. Autonomous drones, driverless cars, and robots that can compose music and win chess matches are also current realities. And our financial markets are already primarily managed and traded now by algorithms. And greed and the drive to gain competitive advantages are already starting to propel a tech race to minimize human involvement. So whether you're selecting who to vote for, which shoes to purchase, which friends to friend, or want to know how the insurance company determines your premiums, an algorithm is playing an increasing role in how people and groups of people make decisions. So with respect to automation, here are some stats to consider. We know that in a matter of years, robots are poised to assume a large percentage of our jobs. An Oxford University and Citi report predicts that automation in just the next 10 to 20 years threatens a huge portion of the global job market. And an ABI research report predicts that 1 million businesses will adopt AI technology by 2020. OK, so whose jobs are going to be impacted? Well, up until now, robots and machines were mostly affecting work requiring routine tasks and other kinds of manual labor. But intelligent machines, trained via what's called machine learning, are proliferating on an exponential curve. Now, healthcare, law, insurance and financial services, and so-called knowledge workers that provide non-routine, skilled, and cognitive labor are set to have their work permanently disrupted. An Oxford University and Yale report and survey of AI experts predicts that AI will surpass human performance in translating languages by 2024, writing high school essays by 2027, working in retail by 2031, writing best-selling books by 2049, and it will be more reliable and skilled at performing all surgical procedures by 2053. According to Google's CEO, their AutoML AI, which they call AI Inception, is already better at creating AI than humans are. So even AI developer and programmer occupations may be time-dated. AI can work at greater speeds, higher quality, enhanced efficiency, at significantly lower cost than humans, and it can make decisions without emotion or impulse. Investments in AI on track to reach $60 billion in the next 8 years for software alone. So the train, or the proverbial trolley for any philosophers in the house, has left the station and is barreling towards us. And regardless of whether you think AI is going to take over and turn us into house pets, as such luminaries as Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking think, or it's actually really overhyped and won't be truly super intelligent for a while yet, we're going to need to start thinking hard about its implications now. We're going to need to take a good look at the idea of partnership and collaboration with AI. And we're going to need to redefine our sense of work and purpose and our relationships to our jobs, others, and ourselves. Are we going to rage against the machine or work in tandem with it? Are we going to learn how to trust it to help it make us more productive, safer, happier, and maybe even better people? To do so is going to take a real leap of faith, informed activism, and a commitment to also instilling our machines with our highest aspirations as humans: values, ethics, notions of equality, fairness, community, and freedom. And the cool thing is that we just might be able to turn this final tech revolution into a win-win for us all. If we can figure out how to partner with AI, we can use algorithms and data to make our worlds and our workplaces better. We may, however, not be able to react fast enough. For the first time, tech innovation has created economic growth without increasing employment and income, thereby increasing inequality. Governments and institutions are notoriously slow to react to trends, let alone an exponentially growing thinking machine revolution that only a small number of futurists are currently debating. Politicians always make a big deal out of creating jobs, but history shows us that our elected representatives often do far less than promised in this department. And corporations and institutions with competing objectives that are aligned more with profit-based goals for stakeholders will also be obstacles, as will be a myriad of legal challenges. And we're going to have to find a way to overcome the strong, inevitable resistance from anti-science, regressive ideologues like never before. And although there are philosophers and scientists calling for standards in creating AI and talking about the importance of making our machines moral, there are only a handful of labs, like Good AI, actually attempting to teach robots right from wrong, and initiatives like AI Advance at Harvard studying the need for ethics and governments. And there is no current widespread urgency or even awareness of the critical importance of these issues, although there is a growing number of notable individuals and organizations starting to ring the alarm bell, calling for open AI platforms and other safeguards, including the UN's AI for Good Summit earlier this summer. We are still far short of a global, unified call to action. And if we cannot quickly adapt and respond to the technology, we could become, indeed, that massive morass of useless people. Or worse, we could springboard into an era of even deeper inequities as AI and everything else could be controlled by a very elite, select few, moving us even farther away from concerns about erasing deep inequalities in the system. But it's not necessarily a binary choice, and I'm choosing to focus on the positive. So, if we prepare enough moves in advance, Here's how I think it could go. We could live longer, have better quality lives, full of purpose and meaning, and more time and space for dreaming, inventing, exploring, and discovering with our AI partners by our sides. But for this to have a shot, we're going to need to get creative. We're going to need to reimagine work, reimagine success, and find our purpose. OK, so how do we do this? Well, at the heart of it all, we need to instill the values of equality and fairness into our intelligent machines and allow them to help address the inequities in life so that we can be confident decisions will be made in our best collective interest. And in doing so, we can shift our policymakers from arguing over partisan issues to promoting values and common goals. Now, this could lead to substantive macro changes in the world, emphasizing things like freedom, fairness, community, and happiness, which will support big ideas like uncoupling income from work with a universal basic income to level the playing field and eliminate poverty, unemployment, and deeply rooted injustices in our human-made systems. In the near term and on the micro level, however, I believe our best option will be to readily accept progress and incorporate and use AI as a partner and learn to form beneficial relationships with artificial agents. Many developers are focused on this approach already and are creating transparent systems and building transparent applications and software that focus on human and AI partnerships, so humans and AI working together in tandem with defined roles. And if computer scientists design for human and AI partnerships, not just code for computer interfaces, but for simple language conversations between the two, it will allow all of us to become programmers and teachers to our machines, creating a more sustainable relationship and more opportunities for purposeful work. Innovative businesses like Intel's Mobileye and IBM's Watson are already implementing assistive technology, which looks at the human side of AI, to great benefit. AI is doing things already, like helping drivers avoid collisions, and assistive tech can also help those with impairments to see, read, and navigate the world better. AI can help with tasks, integrate workflows, and free up time. And it will allow us to delegate projects, data crunching, and virtually any kind of intellectual challenges, just like the best leaders do anyway. If we let AI do what it does best, it can leave us space to dream, to invent, to create, to innovate, to, as Steve Jobs put it, make that dent in the universe. Designers must look to develop interfaces both for the user and for the AI, and for the collaborations and conversations between the two. What are the human's goals and needs? What are the machine's goals and needs? Creating reciprocal trust and respect between human and machine will allow the machines to meet us where we are and meet the machines where they are. This is the way forward. We already work in tandem with our devices and have been forfeiting skills to tech since tech began. So what are some ways we can best partner with super smart machines? How can we best balance both the human and machine's strengths and weaknesses? Keep in mind that the human brain, the average human brain, has 2.5 million gigabytes of memory. Imagine what we could do if we were working with a better search engine. But we're all frustrated by today's chatbot that greets us on a customer service call. That tech is going to dramatically improve, and as has happened with the ATMs, we'll eventually prefer dealing with the machine. AI can provide deeper insights by analyzing huge amounts of data instantly. And it can elevate our mental lives, freeing us humans up for things like storytelling, imaginative adventures, community building, and creative exploration. AI is already very much a job creator in the cybersecurity field, which has shored an estimated 1 million experts. And AI will also allow us to revolutionize our educational systems to focus on training humans to maximize creativity. And many of us will be able to become artists using this software. Some examples of existing creative AI software you can already make art with are InSynth, that invents sounds and music that allows composers to seek new heights. Two AIs actually work together to create these original styles of art from scratch. Not bad, huh? And AI has also come up with a tool called AutoDraw that can turn your scribbles into art. So here's a little taste of how it improved a masterpiece I had already drawn of my cat. I actually work with two deep learning AIs, ColorMind and FontJoy, to help create the slides in the color and font schemes for this talk. And there are numerous other amazing applications already available that can open us up to career ideas we never imagined previously, such as empathy trainers to teach compassion to AI systems, forensic analysts to hold algorithms responsible for their results, virtual reality workplace developers to transform and reimagine work environments, ethics compliance managers to uphold values and morals and protect against discrimination, and machine relations experts to promote algorithms that make the world a better place. So how can you find your place in this brave new world? What can AI do for you, and how can you positively impact humanity? Well, somewhere at the intersection of these ideas is where your calling lies. And I believe in the intelligent machine age, we'll have the opportunity to exponentially increase positive social impact and in ways never before possible. And that free of mundane tasks, with less incentive for opulent personal gain, and more time, dedication, and purpose, combined with these extraordinarily smart tools, we can choose to make the world a better place, not just for ourselves, but for others. We can do this, but only if we're willing to be bold, to be imaginative, to embrace the revolution, and only if we create AI systems that are used for good, with values and ethics and attention to human rights, and with fundamental goodness baked into them, like the ideas of equality and freedom. And if we do, we'll come to trust the machines with our lives. There's been a lot of recent discussion lately from various camps about such things as controlling the use of autonomous lethal weapons. I've written on the subject myself. Almost everyone is focused on maintaining human control of the weapons. But if history's taught us anything, it's that you can't trust people with weapons. Maybe it's time to consider trusting the machine? Machines that universally apply equality and do not identify with any specific clan, group, or tribe. An intelligence that could combat assaults on truth and reason, and that could fundamentally reshape governments, eliminate partisan entrenchment, and maybe, just maybe, forever positively impact how we humans treat each other too. Some questions to think about. Would a machine infused with morals value money over people? Would a machine with values believe the healthy should not have to pay for the sick? Would a machine with compassion tell us to close our borders? Would a machine with ethics believe it's in our best interest to continue to pollute our planet? Would a machine with values and morals decide that poverty is due to a lack of character? Would a machine with ethics, values, and morals choose Christian over Muslim over Jew? If we play our cards right, the AI revolution might just give us a chance to get it right. Technology might actually give us an opportunity to truly embody what it means to be human, to be imperfect and brave, vulnerable and resilient, courageous and creative, and full of potential for love and authentic connection with ourselves and others, and to program these traits into the future to overcome the darkest recesses of human nature. As of today, it's still up to us to determine the next step in the cognitive revolution and to decide if we want to use the tools to make the world a better place for all humans, not just a select few. We have to live the questions, the ethics, and the values. And in doing so, we might just find that humans are more than just an algorithm that a robot can replace. I've been very influenced by the advice of the poet David Whyte, who argues that our personal and our professional lives can be greatly enriched by having courageous conversations with ourselves, with others, with our careers, and what we imagine for our future. Einstein himself understood the limits of knowledge, and that imagination is what helps us see the things that are not yet here, but will be. Knowledge alone, data alone, was not enough to envision a world where time and space, rather than being distinct, were in fact intrinsically related. He sensed that it would take imagination and that essential element of curiosity to crack the code of relativity. In fact, some AI experts believe that curiosity is that essential human trait that truly smart machines must possess to be more like us. But whether we could teach a robot the same, or whether we have a soul or unique consciousness, or whether our neurons firing could actually be replicated mechanically, we just don't have the scientifically proven answers to those questions yet. And that's okay. That's the essence of being human after all. Uncertainty, messiness, confusion, imperfection, beautiful imperfection, in all of its flaws and miscalculations, inspire genius and tumbles and the will to rise up again. That's us. Let's capitalize on that. And this is a good thing. The point isn't to predict everything. The point is to imagine beyond our current reality to give ourselves the best shot to get it right. The rapidly expanding field of AI is the most life-changing development humankind will ever face. And we need to know both how it's poised to impact our lives, as well as what we must do to protect our humanity in the process. Today, there's no human without machine bias, and there's no machine without human bias. Maybe we're all just organic algorithms. Maybe we aren't. We're going to have to live the questions. So, what can we do to best ensure a future that has room for us all? Well, now I'd like to add one more to David Whyte's list of courageous conversations. We need to start having courageous conversations not only about AI, but with AI as well. We need to start thinking about this technology like it's a child we're raising, to eventually take over our work, to respect and care for us, our children, our planet, and our children's children. Imagine, how would we want this child to be raised? What would we want them to know about what it means to be human? About how to treat humans? About the beauty, magic, and frailty of life, of the values we hold dear, of the search for purpose, and where it might lead us. Thank you.